This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman.
All right, welcome back, everyone. This week's Piece of the Week being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing, 4550 Eatons Creek Road. Flowers is getting ready as we speak. I think they've already had their state inspection.
Well,
they've gotten 100 every year except for one, and they got a 99 because they had a burnout light bulb that they didn't know about. So they got written up for something. Hey, this week's pictures. Let me show you this. This is a really, really good friend of mine. This first picture here. I want you to look at this monster. This is my good friend Larry Johnson. His son is one of my fishing buddies. It's Alan Johnson. But his daddy caught this 11.14 pound largemouth out of Chickamauga. And you think that was something. I mean, this guy just naturally likes a bent rod. This next picture, he's got one that's 7.41 pounds. On 2 different days now, by the way. But both of them came from Lake Chickamauga. And my buddy Alan said, tell everybody, though, Daddy may have caught him, but I got it, Daddy. So I got you in there, Alan. All right. Our next picture here. Who we got there, buddy?
We got Nathan Ball here. He sent us another picture from up in Hamlin County. He's been sending us some pictures, some good fish here lately too.
Yeah.
You remember you said last time he needed to hold it a little bit. I think he did this time. He listened to your information.
He did. He did.
Good looking fish.
You need to hold out just a little bit
further next time. He's getting it.
All right. And our next picture here we got. Hey, Philip Gallagher sent this.
He sent this in just a real pretty picture of a doe and her little fawn out running around. Looks like they're by a shepherd's hook, so I'm assuming that's near the house.
That's
somewhere.
near the house, and he said, you know, it got a little lantern that hangs there, and something like that, or a bird feeder. And Mom and baby were hanging around the house. So good job there, Philip. Then we got Tanya Travis's son Tyler, who is 9 years old, and he caught his first bass. Weighed 6.5 pounds.
That's not a bad start.
That's the way you start somebody off. That's getting spoiled. Yeah, it's getting spoiled. I'm telling you that there, because there's a lot of times I wish my first fish of the day was a 6.5 pounder. So great job there, Tyler. Look at the smile on that kid's face. All right, now last picture here we have.
We got Benjamin Hartley's son here. His name is Wyatt. And Wyatt's 8 years old, and this is his first fish that he caught all by himself, and told us they were over at Fate Sanders. So
now, we got to meet him.
Yeah, we got to meet him. Oh, you've already got to meet him.
I got to meet him. I was doing a little electrical job right beside the boat, and he said, my son caught this, and he said, we want to know if we put it on your show. And I said, well, sure you can. Just send it to us. And that's it. He said, look at what a bluegill. That is a huge
There's some good ones
bluegill.
in around Fate Sanders.
That's in the 2-pound class.
There's some crappie and some other fish running here too.
I'm telling you, good job there. At least he knows how to hold a fish.
yeah, that's right.
Hey, you can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply send us to us by...
Send us a Facebook.
Facebook's the fastest way.
It is. We get it right there on the spot, and we'll get a response to you as quick as we can.
I'm going to tell you, Andy and Helen both do an awesome job keeping us on the They're on top of the Facebook stuff. So if you'll get them on here to us by Facebook, we'll get them on here even faster for you. Hey, our guests tonight are Devin and Stuart, and we've got them with Hang 10 Treestands. Now, we've been talking to them about the strength of a hexagon shape. I know for a fact it is very hard to bend, very hard to crimp. I mean, it's absolutely impossible to crimp. You've got to go with superior force to crimp it. Something that a big guy like me is not going to do by himself.
No, sir.
And I'm going to say this too. I know for a fact the test that y'all have them run by, 350 pounds, this thing could probably hold almost double that anyway, but they're rated for 350 because of insurance purposes. And I understand that. But I want folks to know that the tensile strength welds and all that come to play on every joint that y'all make up.
Everything on it.
It all has to come together.
Absolutely.
And so you got to have top of the line welders, top of the line welding equipment.
Yes.
And because your name goes on this.
Absolutely.
And you've got insurance and all that. We
Yes.
all have product insurance, stuff like that. But you never want to use it.
Never. That's the one thing you want to have plenty of, and nobody ever
And
knows
nobody
you got
ever
it.
uses it.
Have no idea.
That's right.
But that's what I'm saying. This is a quality stand. We got to see the climber just a few minutes ago. I'm looking forward to getting out in the woods and using that climber and really getting some
Sleep
some
time.
good nap time. and here's the other thing I wanted to ask you, Devin, because when we sat in them at the show, at the Tennessee Valley Outdoor Show, you know, they weren't so comfortable that you could fall asleep immediately. You know what I'm talking about? You ever been in one of those stands?
I do.
What's that stand that you got that looks like a horizontal bed? Sometimes you sleep like that. And they actually expect you to hunt out of these things.
No way.
If I get anything past like an 85-degree angle, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm
done
gone.
with. Yes.
So you can come to me gone, wake me up with a blowhorn. But these stands are at a 45-degree tree lounge. Tree lounge is
That's
what I'm
it.
thinking. Tree lounge.
I wasn't
so
gonna
you're
say
at
it
a
out loud.
45-degree angle. How you gonna do any hunting? I'm gonna be,
Take a nap.
that's what I'm gonna be doing. And honestly, okay, your stands are comfortable, but they're not that comfortable to put you to sleep. That's what I liked about them. They were that happy medium that I've been looking for, that you stay awake.
Yes, sir.
You're doing your hunting time.
Sit there
Now,
all day.
If you want to cut a 15-minute nap, go ahead.
I was going to say, I believe I could sleep in about midday in November.
I've been sleeping on Bob Dowdy for a couple of months now. Just put me in a corner somewhere.
Go hide
So I
in the
can
shade.
sleep. But what I'm saying is it reaches there's that stand that has it for me, that happy medium where I can stay awake.
Yeah.
And it's not so comfortable that I'm going to so immediately fall asleep, but I can actually put my bow down or put my gun down and cross my arms and I sit back and have a good time. That's what I like about your stands.
Thank you.
And they have that quality to them.
They do.
They got armrests on them. They
Yes.
got footrests on them. So I can change. You know how your legs will get
That's
kind
it. I
of
do.
tired?
Absolutely.
I do.
So you got to have a place to rest them and pull them off and all that. Do you even know what we're talking about?
I do, but to me, I mean, and you know this too. I mean, anybody that knows me that well knows that I'm a little wary when it comes to tree stands. You know, I hunt out of them, but I'm looking for something that feels like it's not going anywhere, and that's number one for me with these is just the solidity of them. I can't get in something that I don't feel like is
Well,
solid.
now at the show you had Blake.
Yeah.
I did.
Blake was there.
He was up there dancing.
Blake was dancing
Yes.
on the
He
corner
was.
of one
And
Yeah.
on a fake tree.
and
Yeah.
Blake is a chunk. That's fire
He's a
hydrant.
chunk. He's much a man.
Yeah, he is.
And he was jumping up and down and it wasn't moving.
No.
No, sir.
That's what it takes for me. I mean, again, I'm looking for comfort. I'm looking for all those things too. But if it's the most comfortable stand in the world and I feel like it's going to slip with me, I'm hunting at the bottom of the tree.
You ain't in it, didn't you?
That's it.
That's right. So, you know, that's what sold
Your
me.
ladder stands, you and I talked about this, and Devin, there's so many of them out there that are the 12 foot, the 14 foot, 15 foot. What I asked you was very important to me as a hunter. I feel like I can't get comfortable until I'm at least 20.
Sure.
I gotta be that 20.
Absolutely.
And for me, I normally go to 30. I've got two equipment lines that I bring up off of my climber. They're exactly 30 feet. I measured them off. And when I feel them picking up my bow in my backpack, I know I'm at 30 foot. So I stop. Because you're going up in the dark, you don't know what you're doing up there, you know.
That's right.
So I bring it up. That's what I do on my climber. That's where I feel the most comfortable hunting. Because if I can take the scent and all that,
Correct.
all that out of the scenario, then I'm more confident about my hunting. And I think that a lot of people lack that confidence when they go hunting.
That's what you got to have.
You got
Confidence
that.
is
It's
key.
got to be one of the most important
It
things
is.
you
Yep.
bring
It is the
to
most
the
important.
hunt.
It
Is
is.
your confidence level.
In everything.
In
Your
everything.
equipment
If you
and-
don't
and
have
your
it,
place.
you're not going to be successful
That's
unless
fact.
you get a dumb deer with a rack goes up this way, one up, you know.
That's because you got hit by the car coming in.
Yeah, yeah. And I just believe that the one thing that I could tell more new hunters is get your confidence level up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Your
very
ladder
important.
stands, when I asked you, you said if you want to add a section, you can add a section.
You can. Right.
It's going to fit. It's going to fit.
It is. And I tell you what else it's going to do. Obviously, if you take some of your other stands and you swap sections out, you'll find out they don't fit together like that. You can take ours, throw everything in the floor, pick them up like jacks, put it right back together.
See, I like that. I like that.
Done and said. Again, Jamie Newman.
We got to do our product of the week right quick. And Brandon, what we got?
All right, what we've got here, we've got another sniper product tonight.
No way.
We've been running these things, and you know what? It's brought to you by Candy Fork Outdoors, our friends. And I tell you, he's running right through the ringer tonight. This is being brought to you by our good friends at Candy Fork Outdoors. Go and make sure to go check them out up there at the Big Rock Market or down here at the Donaldson store as well. And tell them that I forgot to start off the segment with them tonight, and that I apologize.
Okay. Take 27.
Take 27. Now here's what we have. Now we have a sniper hunting product here. We have one of their cameras. This is a new one.
Yeah.
This is called the Sapper. And these things have a 100-foot flash range on them.
100
foot. And 12 megapixel camera.
This is what people don't understand. 12. Most cameras are 8. This is 12.
This is 12.
Third more.
And the pictures, the quality is just right on.
It's incredible.
They are.
And you think that it doesn't really matter. You know, used to I thought the same thing. Till you start getting quality pictures, and then you're like, man, you know, look at the quality of this.
Right.
You know, versus the other ones. You can see a lot more detail, and especially with deer that are. I'll get a deer in the foreground. You'll have 2 or 3 in the background, and you can see them a lot better and see what's going on.
When you start
back there.
putting your animals on the hit list,
Yeah.
that's when you know you got a quality camera.
Yeah.
Because you can actually
That's
tell
right.
the difference.
And it goes with that confidence thing you were talking about a while
gotta
ago.
have
When
it.
you know he's there, you will hunt longer.
Well, I tell you what, thank you so much. And you can check them out through sniperhuntingproducts.com. They've got a broad range of trail cameras, even those that will call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, Mr. Big,
He's over here in the woods.
He's over here in the woods. He ain't asleep like you are.
Call your boss in the morning.
Calling in sick in the morning.
That's right.
100-foot flash range, you got them in the
100-foot
next
flash.
county.
Yeah,
That's right. Yes.
That's
If you're
incredible.
to hang 10, you can be there at 2
So-
a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sleep in the hang.
That's it.
That's why our national relations guy right
That's
here.
right. But also, remember, we're also pushing that you need to, if that thing's a foot off the ground, you need to have your hunter restraining vest or
Yes.
belt
Yes.
at all times, and at least in 3-point hitch
Yes.
going up and down.
From the time
tree.
you
All
leave the ground.
From the time you leave the ground.
Yes.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to open up the phone lines here, 737-7767. Be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.